Alright, so the bike looks like this now. Forks and shock are taken off the bike this morning. I'm going to send them to be serviced. What it has revealed is, look at that wiring and zip ties. Look at that rubber boot, or piece of rubber tube or whatever, stopping the mud coming up. Air filter looks alright. Frame doesn't look too bad. Don't like these. Here's the front wheel drum. Bit of a recess there, probably only about 1 mil down. Probably get those skimmed. Front drum brake. They look a bit glazed over. I haven't used drum brakes for years, so this is relearning this process of how to rebuild this. Back drum brake, bit of a different story. Wasn't working right, but have a look at this. Can you see that massive pit? Doesn't scratch off, they obviously need some attention. In here looks clean. A little bit glazed, but doesn't really mean anything. Just clean these bits off before I take them to my mate Damien. Shock was disgusting. Had all this oil all up here and all over the canister. No bump stop whatsoever, so who knows if this shock's ever been serviced. It's got a Fox sticker on there, but I doubt it's Fox. It's probably standard with a Fox sticker. Forks have had this coating on them. I read in the history file that the stanchions have been re-chromed recently, so hopefully they're pretty good. Keep pulling this down and check out this. Look at how burnt that all is, and look at the perish rubber on there. Right, so I've got the swing arm and linkage off. Just having a look in and around here, just had a quick look. It looks fine in there. Just looking for cracks and stuff. But what I have noticed is this. This looks like a repair. It looks like the subframe's snapped or something at some stage. If you look closely in here, it looks like weld. And your track up here all gets a bit rough. And then if you look in here, you can see it's starting to crack. So there's a bunch of weld in there. So I probably will have to, as soon as I get it running again, get all the parts and get it functioning properly, take it back down and send this in to be repaired. We've got some really odd bolts on this bike. So these are both 18mm. Can't remember the last time I used an 18mm on a Japanese bike. This is sort of where the shock goes. The bottom of the shock goes into that hole there. And I think it comes up to here, but it looks like it's broken. Bearings in here are very stagey, so this is quite tight. So this has probably been over tightened to stop the slack. They're gonna have to come out anyway and we'll have a look at them. The more I look around on this bike, I just want to pull everything apart and just send the frame straight in now. Here's the linkage. The linkage itself, not bad condition. What I have noticed is this connects into the frame. You see that this has got these sort of spacer things and covers that sort of seals the bearing in there. Where it connects to the frame, this didn't actually have those, so the bearing was open to the air. Something that's pretty cool about these OTs is that you've got a grease nipple on all linkages, and see that little hole there? That feeds grease into the bearing. So hopefully when it's in place, that little hole will feed grease into there. Doesn't have it on that one. Does have it on that one. Quite an interesting scenario here. Look in there. And then there's grease in there, but I just took the other one out. Had all this crusty stuff around there, but if you look at that, it's been ground down for some reason. I don't know if that's standard, maybe someone knows. Look at this other one. Look. Right, so the linkage is out, and I've taken all the bearings out of the swing arm, and probably in hindsight didn't need to take them out of there, because those bearings, which is these ones here, they didn't look too bad. So when I was taking them apart, that crustiness that I saw on the inside of one just made me think that I needed to do that. Oh yeah, to press the bearings out, I use this Motion Pro Deluxe suspension service bearing tool, and a combination of my trusty Stanley sprockets, and then I put grease on all the nuts and the bolts where they all attach, so that there wasn't any binding or any wear. And then I heated whatever bearing was, I heated up the linkage. So let's say I took the bearing out of here, I heated this bit up around here with a heat gun, and then I pressed it out. I only used the heat gun for like 30 seconds or so. So what I have discovered is that compliance plate is an Australian one, and I am in contact with the original owner of the bike, who bought the bike in 85. It's an 83 model. He bought the bike in 85, and he said he bought it in the UK, brand new. So this is confusing. Alright, so there's where that is. Look at this, at the top of the steerer, I thought the race was inset into the frame and that's how it came, but it's been painted over. So I've got new ones coming to them. I think I'm just going to take that out and put a new one in anyway. I'm going to leave all that how it is and connect it later. Here's the steerer. Got new ones of them coming. They're to give the handlebars some suspension there, rubber mounted. That goes in there. I've tried to get these out of bikes before, but they're very, very tight, so I'm not sure how these ones are going to go. Alright, so we've moved a little bit along. As I was going through and talking about zip ties, I realised that this frame's got a crack in it here, so I thought, you know what, may as well just tear it down. I was just taking off this head stay and realised there's only one on that side. There's not one there. So here's where this is now. The crack in the frame got the better of me, so I decided to tear it down. I'm going to take the frame to be welded, probably, I don't know, soda blast or whatever they call it, get all the paint off, have a decent analysis of what the problems are, and then fix it, and then paint it. Something that I haven't shown you is that side stand that's been welded up before, so that's going to need some attention. Probably heaps of other stuff once all the paint comes off. Here's where all this stuff's at. Just spent 10 minutes trying to get that chain off with a grinder. All that stuff. So anyway, this is as far as I wanted to take it. Just wanted to have a look at the condition of the bore. Apparently this has had a new piston in it recently and had a rebore, a rehone. Don't know what those lines are they normal? This is the head that came off the bike. Spark plug. That's a decompressor. See that? The fins have been cut out and then that just placed in there. This is another head I've got. Apparently it's a standard IT head. Look at this. So anyway, that's where that all is. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do next.